added 3 more charges. Let's just get into it. So I wanted.
All right, so
FBI, open up!
the feds are working overtime. I want to say congratulations to all the feds. Good work. You guys got Pooh Shiesty. I need you to keep him, okay? Do not let him go. The streets are a safer place with Pooh Shiesty locked up. Great job. I'm bringing everybody at the FBI donuts. Do your homework on donuts. I don't know if y'all eat donuts like the Popo, but y'all gonna get them. Maybe, I don't know. Hey, listen. Apparently, he got 3 more charges added to his federal indictment. Federal complaint. Federal arrest. So I guess you talking about they doing, they overtime working. They overtime working right after tax time? They working overtime? That's good. That's good use of taxpayer dollars right there.
To kind of get into this right here, right?
And
this is an original document, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to pay attention to the counts. So conspiracy to commit kidnapping, and it talks about what happened
3 count, right?
in January, exact date being unknown to the grand jury and continuing through, or about January 3rd, right? So that's count 1, conspiracy to commit kidnapping. Then we go on to read more, and they talk about all the stuff that involves it. Then it talks about overt acts in the conspiracy, right? So as we scroll down, as we keep going, there's a count 2. Now, we're all familiar with this one, kidnapping, aiding, and abetting, right? And it goes into details about that on or about January 10th in the Dallas Division of the Northern District of Texas, defending Lontrell Williams Jr., Lontrell Williams Sr., Rodney White, DeMarcus Glover, Darian McDaniel, Terrence Rogers, Corday Johnson, Kadarius Waters, and Damarian Gibson. So it talks about how they went through wherever they went through, to get whatever they had to go get in their parts in this.
Right.
But I want y'all to see this. Count 3. This right here just dropped 2 days ago. I don't watch anybody else's channel, respectfully, not in a disrespectful way. So if this popped up anywhere else, shout out to them, but I didn't see it. So count 3, conspiracy to commit extortion by force, violence, and fear.
Yes!
FBI, open up!
Everybody getting the raises over there at FBI. I want y'all to cook Pooh Shiesty. Get that gangster nigga off the streets, man. He a gangster. This is what he want. Don't let him convince y'all no different. This what he want. His boyfriend might be in there. We don't know. Who are we to judge? Who are we to judge? His boyfriend might be in prison. He might miss him. So give him another count. Make it harder for that nigga to get out of jail. He worked hard for this sentence. Don't shortchange him now. He worked real hard for you to put these gangster ass charges on him. Conspiracy to commit extortion by force, violence, and fear. Y'all, I want y'all to know that extortion is not legal. It's not played with. You can't hold something illegally obtained over somebody or illegally make somebody do something and think that you're not going to get a Fed charge. Are you fucking crazy?
Beginning in or around January 2026, the exact date being unknown to
yeah, and for the last thing I'm going to say, folks, Sadie Nash keep continuing giving us this sauce. Is that this right here, shorty? Conspiracy doesn't mean that they don't have to prove that you did it. Right? Conspiracy just mean that you put the plan together. Y'all always ask me to show y'all exactly how to get rich on YouTube, so I made a full-blown course. It's not complete yet, but you can order it right now. There's 5 hours of content in it right now. It'll be like 12 or 15-hour full course once it's done. It'll be done by April 1st, all right? So click the link in the description, get your course, and start learning how to really get rich on YouTube. I'm not just no one-hit wonder type guy. No, I have more than 40 channels that make me hundreds of thousands of dollars all together every single month. Like, I'm checking straight bags off of this, just sitting in my crib, recording, making videos. So if you want to learn exactly how I do it, I'm showing you how to clip farm, how to edit, how to upload, how to make thumbnails, how to develop your character, how to make shorts, how to make clips, right? I'm giving you every piece of every single type of strategy that you will ever need to get rich on YouTube. So click that link. It's not a super cheap course, but it ain't expensive. It's only $150. And if you use the code MAGMULA, you could get 20% off of that $150. So go get you some money. Cook his ass.
Grand jury and continuing through or about January 10th, 2026 in the Dallas Division, Northern District. They talk about everybody that's there. And it says that everybody did knowingly and intentionally combine, conspire, confederate, and agree together to commit the offense of extortion by force, violence, and fear, as those terms are defined in 18 U.S.C. 1951b2 in violation of 18 U.S.C. 1951a. Object of the conspiracy. The object of the conspiracy was to unlawfully obtain RD, MM, and BP with their consent induced by the wrongful use of actual and threatened force, violence, and fear, property, including a release of contract purporting to release Williams Jr. from his recording contract with RD's music label 1017, as well as jewelry, watches, currency, and other items. Interstate commerce, they talk about basically the driving that it takes to get there. That it takes to get there is insane. My bad, y'all. I've been in the South for a while, man. So the Californian is leaving my damn vocabulary. Governor of production and distribution of musical works in interstate and foreign commerce. The jewelry, watches, and currency taken from RD, MM, and BP have moved in. They were subject of interstate and foreign commerce. The conduct of the defendants as alleged obstructed, delayed, and affected interstate and foreign commerce and the movement of articles and commodities in such commerce. Whoa! That's the Thursday. I catch y'all with this content. Right. Manner and means. It was part of the conspiracy that the defendants, and they talk about everybody, formulated a plan and agreement with, which among other things included the use of the internet to commit or further the commission of the extortion, the use of cellular telephones to plan, commit, and further the commission of the extortion, the use of false pretenses, namely the pretext of a legitimate business meeting and recording sessions to lure RD and his associates to a location selected by the defendants.
Again, you can't. Y'all do know y'all dumbass can't do this, right? You can't set up a studio, rob somebody, make them sign a contract, and think you just gonna, what you thought was you finna just go home after that, nigga? Are you dumb?
Stupid.
Are you dumb? That's not legal, bro. You lucky they don't hit your dumb ass with a Rico and say your whole Chopper Gang is a criminal organization that you've been leading for I don't know how long. Because they could really cook your ass. They want to cook your ass. You know what I mean?
Procurement of a release of contract intended to be presented to RD under the threat of force. So it's interesting that they added this damn charge in it. Because remember, it was only the two. So as we go on, they talk about how they left Texas and all this stuff and everything, and it talks about the stuff that they took, Rolexes, Louis Vuittons, and wedding rings and all this crap. But listen to this. They added another charge, count 4, extortion by force, violence, and fear, aiding and abetting. And it talks about the same damn day. See, the feds just added.
So let me see. What else they charge? They added. So count 4 is extortion by force, violence, fear, aiding and abetting. So it's extortion, but it's also aiding and abetting. So let's read this. On or about January, they know all the names. Let me see what aiding and abetting actually means, because that's a very interesting thing. Aiding and abetting is a criminal act involving assisting or encouraging another person to commit a crime, making the aider equally liable as a principal, even if not present. Y'all need to learn this shit. I want to get the exact law so y'all understand. Y'all need to learn how easy it is to go to fucking jail. Did you hear what that just said? Aiding and abetting, that is a crime. Okay? It is a criminal act involving assisting or encouraging another person to commit a crime. So even if you're not there, if you assisted or encouraged that person to commit a crime and they can prove that even a little bit, you can face the same severe punishments, including imprisonment, as the primary perpetrator. So let me tell y'all where this Fed case is about to go. They're going to charge everyone on here. This is why all their names are here. They're going to try all of them. They're going to charge them all with these extra counts. And it's almost impossible for all of them to beat this charge. So you know what they're going to do? 9 times out of 10, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 people are going to end up snitching. Because it's going to be impossible to beat the extortion, the aiding and abetting, the kidnapping, the robbery, the gun charges. It's going to be very impossible for you to beat that. It's going to be almost impossible for Pooh Shiesty to beat all of these aiding and abetting, robbery, kidnapping, gun charges, extortion, and violation of his probation. It's going to be very hard for him to beat all of them charges, bro. So what's going to happen is most of these people, usually the broker ones, because these niggas go do this crime with these broke do-boys that ain't got no money, no lawyer, fighting the feds. So 9 times out of 10, they going to end up pleading out and snitching on your stupid ass. It's about to be toasted. And I hope that's what happened. I hope Pooh Shiesty gets snitched on, because if Pooh Shiesty gets snitched on, then maybe that'll teach a kid or two, like, hey, if you do crimes with a nigga, he's going to snitch on you. So the best thing to do is not do the fucking crimes, bro. Just be a law-abiding citizen like everybody else. Get you a job, get you a girlfriend, get you a car, an apartment, and chill the fuck out. Or you're going to end up just like Mr. Pooh dumbass Shiesty. Okay? Aiding and abetting each other did... Wait, let me see. Texas defendants, all their name, aiding and abetting each other did obstruct, delay, and affect commerce, as that term is defined in 18 U.S.C., and the movement of any article and commodity in such commerce, in that the defendants did unlawfully take and obtain property, jewelry, watches from the person and in the presence of Roderick Davis, with that person's consent, induced by wrongful use of actual and threatened force, violence, and fear. So basically they said, you took my watch, I might have gave it to you, but you took it by using force, actual violence, and threats of violence for me to give you that consent, which is not legal. And then you got count 5, interstate transport of stolen goods. So y'all definitely gonna get cooked on this right here, because guess what happened? They have videos and pictures of you in a different location with the same stolen goods that were reported stolen. Y'all dumbass niggas went online. I hope y'all, if y'all don't know this, you about to learn right now, okay? They went online after the robbery. They put the same watches that they just robbed. They put them on and went on Instagram like this right here and flexed them on their Instagram story and in their Instagram DMs. So they definitely get charged with that. And let's see what the maximum sentence for that. Interstate transport of stolen goods, aiding and abetting sentence. So it comes with a maximum of 10 years in prison. So if they just get, and remember, look at the names. All this shit is very important. They don't have Pooh Shiesty, they don't have Big 30, and they don't have Pooh Shiesty dad on this list for the count. So all of these niggas are right here are the ones you need to be worrying about snitching. Those are, I guarantee you, mark my words. Today is April 30th, 2026. I am watching Seti Nash's video at 7:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my nigga. When it's all said and done, I can almost guarantee you that DeMarcus Glover, Darion McDaniel, Terrence Rogers, and Demarion Gibson, I guarantee you they a snitch.
Call the popo, ho!
I guarantee you they a snitch. Because they're not going to beat this charge. And they can get up to 10 years for just this. And they have 4 other charges to beat. Even if they do beat them all, they can still get 10 years for interstate transport of stolen goods, aiding and abetting. And they can prove that. Guess how they can prove that? They have y'all dumbass taking pictures with the watches that y'all just robbed off of Gucci Mane, his cameraman, and his security guard. So once they geolocate, hey, where was this picture taken? What interstate was this picture taken? What location was this picture posted at? Where was he when he posted the video? If that picture and video is not at the same location, that means you got on an interstate and you transported stolen goods and you aided and abetted in a robbery by doing so. You're cooked.
3 new effing charges.
Cooked.
Interstate transport of stolen goods. So they're basically saying, because of those pictures that we have, this is what's going to get y'all up out of there.
Yeah.
See, I know what the hell is going on, and I'm about to drop a bombshell for y'all, because this shit right here, it has to be exposed, because just reading this, right? On or about January 11th in 2026, in the Dallas division of the...
just read it, so I'm going to skip past.
The same to have been stolen in violation of 18 U.S.C. 2314. Then check this shit out. They're hitting him with a forfeiture notice.
I don't even know
Pooh
what the fuck that
Shiesty,
means.
if he is convicted, that shit that he built, that's all gone. So here's the indictment right here fully, right? They're hitting these fools with 18 U.S.C. 1201C, 18 U.S.C. 1201A, and 1 and 2. That's kidnapping, aiding, and abetting. 18 U.S.C. 1951A, 1951B2, 18 U.S.C. 1951A, 1951B2, and 2. Then goes on 18 U.S.C. 2314 and 2. Interstate commerce, stolen goods, aiding and abetting. That's 5 different counts. And then
So look at all their charges: conspiracy to commit kidnapping, actual kidnapping, conspiracy to commit extortion, extortion by force, and interstate transport of stolen goods. So even if they drop the ball on the kidnapping and the extortion, they will definitely get the conspiracy to commit kidnapping, conspiracy to commit extortion, and the interstate transport of stolen goods. Those 3 charges are pretty much locked in, and they dumbass is over with. And Lontrell Williams Jr., Mr. Pooh Shiesty, his dumbass self, is the first one listed on the indictment.
Interstate commerce, stolen goods, aiding and abetting. That's 5 different counts. And then they said, after we done with this shit, we going straight for your pocket, Skitty Man. We gonna rob you like you robbed Gucci Mane, allegedly.
Of course they are.
Oh, bro. Y'all want to know what's funny? There's a big chance, and I'm not saying that this is true, untrue, not true, super true, or anything like that, but there's a huge chance that these guys are solid.
No, it's not. It's not a no.
Now, I'm gonna read the
not a chance at all.
175-page document because what's going on right now is the internet is reacting to stuff that is weeks old and all this shit. Where
I'm gonna just stop the video right there. These niggas are not staying solid to this. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I don't believe it. I would bet money against it. If there's a parlay somewhere where you could fucking bet on if these niggas is gonna snitch or not. I mean, like let's what percentage of Fed cases do the one or more suspect cooperate in? So it says, so the feds have a 15% formal cooperation agreement rate, right? Which means that they get a plea deal and cooperate in order to lessen their sentence, right? But most defendants plead guilty. And that's where they get a 98% conviction rate at, okay? Because they want to avoid trial. And most of the time that the people take a plea deal is usually because they are motivated by the high likelihood that a co-defendant is already cooperating. They don't have to cooperate. They don't have to cooperate. They already took pictures of themselves with the stolen shit and posted it on the internet. They've likely already talked to somebody in their jail, got that shit on recording. They've likely already, you know what I'm saying, said the wrong thing to the feds in the interrogation room. They've likely already snitched on themselves, which most people do. Especially these motherfuckers down here. They're very, 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 they're very purposeful with this. You see how they got Pooh Shiesty #1, they got his dad #2, they got Big 30 #3, and then they got these do boys down here. These do boys down here. These are the niggas y'all gotta be careful of. Y'all gotta be careful of these do boys down here. The do boys is always the ones that's gonna snitch. The big ringleaders, they ain't never the ones that's gonna snitch. It's always the do boys that got less charges. That they ain't even really do that much. They ain't ready to go do 15, 20 years for your dumb ass. For what?